All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwa, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. Man, the scriptures is on point. Man, the scriptures is on point. You know, I'm going to get a few scriptures. This video, I didn't get all the way through it. I got to the halfway point and I said, I got to make a video on this. Because number one, it back up the scriptures. And these deep underground military base, which is 131 in the United States, as they say, and 1,477 worldwide, as they say. Could be more, but that's what they say in this video, at least. And it's a man talking. Let me let you hear the music. It's loud as hell, and then it's a man talking with a soft voice. I don't even know if you can hear him.
They're basically a city underground. Now there are 131 active.
So you can hear the man talking, but let me get some of these scriptures before I let the video play. Because, man, when you see these underground military base, it's crazy. But I'm starting off with this just to let you know how we're going to grab these devils who escape the destruction that's coming, you know, with the missiles and all of that. You know, they're going to be underground while all the hell is going to be on top of the earth, you know. And I just wanted to start off with these scriptures to let you know that the elect is going to be the ones that the Lord put the spirit on to grab them out of the holes. Also the angels too. You know, we're going to be able to get our hands dirty too. So it said, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. This is how you know that we are in the kingdom. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, because we're going to be ruling the nations with a rod of iron. And it said to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. These are the elites that's going to escape the destruction. They're going to be the first ones that go into captivity. And it said to execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints, praise you, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Deep underground military bases in the United States. There's 1,477 of them worldwide. What you call high tech. We have nothing like this on the surface. These mega bases are gobbling up our gross national product. Right now we're spending 28% of the gross national product on building underground bases. Each one has an average cost of $17 to $19 billion.
So this is where all your resources going, your money is going, and this is why the orchestrated famine is going to be happening because it's man-made. All your food is going to these people that's in these underground cities. They're hoarding all the resources. That's why at the end of this, they want to be able to microchip you. And if you don't get microchip, you ain't going to be able to have nothing. All right. Matter of fact, let me get these sets of scriptures because I want to play this video. Just let you know they ain't getting away with nothing. But the reason I want to name this video, if I remember the title, man, the scriptures is on point, because the Lord said that we was going to grab them out of the clefts of the rocks. So it says, in the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai alone shall be exalted in that day, and the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth, for fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Now, the scripture I'm going to get to end it, Revelation 6, it talks about how, you know, they're going to be underground trying to hide away from the Lord. So we just read, into the caves of the earth, in the holes of the rocks. In that day, man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. Because that's who's underground. Bats and moles. And the idols that they bring down there to worship, see, of course, you're not going to see an idol in the White House that they actually worship. Now, you know it's idols in the White House, but why would they show you them? So yes, these elites, these devils, they really worship statues, and we all know about the Baphomet, but there's so many more. We know about the skull and bones, but there's so many more. These are the things that they worship. So they're going to get left down there to go into the clefts of the rocks, into the tops of the ragged rocks, that's the mountain retreats, for fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth.
And the black budget is dead wrong. It sidesteps the United States Congress and its Constitution of its people and says you're a bunch of morons you don't need to know.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, I didn't get this far. I remember this video on TikTok. That it was I don't know if they're gonna show it because it sounded like it's just music and this man talking, but in the TikTok video, it was a man delivering, the same stuff that you would see going to a grocery store down here, and he had his camera out. This is why this video was showing. He had his camera out like, what is this? What is this? This is crazy. But yeah, this is where I'm dropping off the loads. This was like on TikTok 2 years ago.
It used to take a year to 2 years to build each one, and now they're capable of building a couple of them a year.
So though they dig into hell, matter of fact, what's that, Amos? I'm going to try to read through this fast because it's a little reading, but I can read fast, Lord willing. And I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door that the post may shake. Cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escape of them shall not be delivered. So even though they hiding, they're not going to be delivered. Though they dig into hell, that's what we're watching right now, deep underground missiles. Another word for hell is the grave, which is also underground. When you go into a grave, you dig into the earth. All right. Also, hell is a condition. Also, when you go to Revelation 20 and 14, hell is it's called the lake of fire, which is the missiles that's going to be hit. Well, that's going to hit America, and people is going to be in America when these missiles hit. So that's why the Lord was talking about everlasting burning. All right. So it said, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. See, that's the angels. That's us. We're going to bind their kings with fetters of iron. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, which Mount Carmel is between Israel and Lebanon on the Mediterranean sea coast. They got mountain retreats out there. All right. So it says, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, so when they're in the submarines, thence will I command the serpent, Leviathan, and he shall bite them. So there's no way they can escape. And they that go into captivity before their enemies, because remember, the least of the flock shall draw them out. They're going to lose over there. When you go to 2nd Ezra 15, and like 28 on down, it talks about how they're going to be besieged. Matter of fact, I don't know where that actual scripture at, but I'm going to find it. Yep. Let's see if I can read fast. Start from 29. where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth. That all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, which is the East Indians, the Iranians of today, shall rage in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall come and join battle with them. So Ishmael, with the so-called Arabs, East Indians, Carmanians, Iran, they're going to join together to fight against Babylon the Great. That's the least of the flock that's going to draw out America into the World War III. The least of the flock is the so-called Israelis, put it that way. We ain't gonna say the J word. So, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of Assyrians, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspire together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, kept silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread, strife among their kings. All right. So, because in that region, that's where the war is going to be. So, we're going back. And they should go, and though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not for good. So they're going to lose the war.
The infamous Area 51, S4, S2, a CIA base.
Another scripture that represents they're going to be gathered up as prisoners. What's that? Isaiah 24, 21. It said, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Ba'ashem Bashai shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. These are the ones who are going to remain after their destruction. Why? Because they're in the underground cities. And it shall shut up, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. All right. So when they go into captivity, who knows what's going to happen? You know, as in, you know, they might go into captivity. We might be rejoicing, partying or something. Then we be like, oh yeah, we got those Edomites over there in them cages. Let's go handle them now. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But dang, it was something that just slipped my mind. It'll come back. It was a scripture. Damn, what is it?
The high-speed railways.
The Wadi Yahweh. Remember what the so if you in deep underground military bases in America, the scripture said that the bow shall strike you through. So you better. The elites is not over here in America. All right, we're talking about the international banking families. They're not over here. But for you presidents and government officials and shit. So it said, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, it coming out of the body, yeah, the glittering sword coming out of his gauze tears are upon him, and all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So the bow gonna strike you through. You're not getting away. I'm trying to see if I forgot something. Nope. Yep. So the bow's gonna strike you through. If you over here in America and you underground, don't think you're gonna be saved. Those missiles gonna go right through it.
Magneto-Leviton trains that connect all the deep underground military bases within the United States. The high-speed railways, the Magneto-Leviton trains that connect all the deep underground military bases within the United States. It employs over 18,000 workers who work in shifts of 12 hours at a whack. Most of them working in cover of darkness. Each with an average capacity capable. It's basically a city underground, roughly 4.25 cubic miles hollowed out underground. They have boring machines, for instance. They don't bore, they literally vitrify and melt the rock.
They basically got everything that they need under there, but like I said, the scriptures is on point. So the reason that these things are even made, just to fulfill prophecy. So we're going to end it on this. It said, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid himself in the dens and in the rocks and the mountains. Because you got mountain retreats, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him, Yahushai, that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for actually from Yahweh and Yahushai. For the great day of his wrath is coming, who shall be able to stand? So, yeah, they're going to be in the rocks and the mountains. They're going to be, in the clefts of the rocks. But the Lord is going to destroy them. You're not going to escape. But the reason I made this video, just to show you how much the scriptures is on point. Everything that this devil is doing, he's playing right into the Lord's hand. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hopefully this video is edifying, and shalom.